America's infrastructure is so severely slashed that Ron's path to prosperity may end up being the only paved and maintained path left in the United States. Unfortunately for those Americans saving pennies, it appears that the path to prosperity is a toll road. It's a toll road. 2/3 of Paul Ron's budget cuts come from programs that help low-income people. I know that this will shock many of you, but yes, we still have programs that help low-income Americans. But if we don't watch and stay vigilant, they will be cut. They will be cut under the guise that we have a problem. But why is it that when we have a problem, we can only touch a little small sliver of the budget pie? Why can't we touch the entire pie? Because 84% of the pie is restricted, must be for mature adults. Because the regular people can't touch that. So the president can't touch it. So all they want us to do is to cut that piece of the pie, the non-discretionary defense spending, that will hurt the greatest number of people. So my friends, in other words, you're feeling strong after 40 years, but we got a big fight ahead of us. You want to protect our investments in the American infrastructure, to empower minority entrepreneurs and business people and to foster the kind of job-producing transportation industry that we all have come to know for decades to come. We're going to have to be at the table. Our organizations will have to have a voice in the room, and you're going to have to say up front what you are for. And the time to do that is yesterday. You didn't put out that press release, and I'm not just saying the press release from Philadelphia announcing your meeting. Do it today, announcing what you are for. Let people know that you're fighting for those jobs. You're fighting for the I-64s in this country to come in under budget, to keep the jobs sworn all across our country. So your theme this year, are we there yet? The answer, my friends, is no. But if COMTO is still here 40 years from now, we're going to get there. Together, we're going to build that road to the future. And yes, we are going to make progress because we are going to stay and fight. And we believe that we can win the future. And so, my friends, let me remind you, we have to continue to empower minorities to senior positions in the business world. Now, I know everybody's politically correct these days. Oh, we're not supposed to. We got the first black president. Let's get rid of affirmative action. Even want to get rid of Black History Month. Shortest month of the year, want to get rid of that. Only time I get to see Harriet Tubman, A. Philip Randolph, Frederick Douglass, all everybody else without going to sleep. I see everything in my other world, because you're not from New Orleans. We can just bring up spirits. They just show up. That's why everybody on the ground, we have to keep them right there. We might have to have a conversation with them later. Just stay right there. We'll be right back. My sister and I, the other night, we were talking on the phone. We were talking about all the ghosts. I said, you know, the older you get friendly with them, huh? I said, yeah, you know something? You're a kid, you're like, why you back? Now I'm like, hey, can you pick up behind yourself there? I noticed I left a cake out there. You have to get the crumbs up, okay? Oh yeah, I talked to my ghost. I said, leave my dog alone. My friends, we're going to have to keep talking about these things, even when people become uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. See, when you talk about empowering minorities, because you want more people in the room when these decisions are made, and diversity makes business sense, especially as we compete on the global stage. It's no longer just common sense. Once upon a time we thought, well, it was common sense, but I guess it wasn't that common. We had to get laws on the books to at least try to make it common, but it makes business sense. There's no reason in the 21st century for our corporate boardrooms to look like the boardroom when they drafted the Constitution. Finally, we face, and by the way, I say that with all love to white men. This ain't about disliking or removing somebody from the room. All I'm saying is that everybody needs a chance to get in the room. And when you get in the room, whether you're a woman or minority, as I tell my folks, just put your foot right there at the door, keep it open for somebody else to come in behind. And yes, we all stand on steely shoulders, so please, don't forget that. Mentor somebody. Bring some people along the way. And don't ever sit in the boardroom by yourself, because that's not a comfortable position. Especially when you start talking. You want somebody to sit there and amen you. Finally, we face a challenge to reignite the hope we all felt when I spoke before you in July 2008. A hope not born out of support for a particular party or even a particular candidate, but out of a vision of America that was inclusive, entrepreneurial, just, and forward-looking. These past few years have been tough for those of us who felt that such a hope was going to lead to easy change. But we're now tasked with recovering the spirit of shared effort and sacrifice, with redoubling our efforts for the future we know is within our reach. I still believe America's best days are ahead of us, but we must never lose hope, even as the struggle for justice and fairness become tougher. So are we there yet? I ask again, no. But with 40 years of experience, COMTO knows the roadmap better than anyone else, and you certainly know how to navigate better than a lot of folks in Washington, D.C. After all, it's a city that uses traffic circles to keep traffic moving. Could there be a better metaphor for the way Washington operates? With traffic circles, you encounter an intersection and you end up driving in an endless circle. We're coming up to an intersection now. We need organizations like COMTO to help show us the way to the future. Well, I know I need to stop here, otherwise it's going to be considered a filibuster. But I want you to know that you are my champions of diversity and inclusion. You are the people that I look to when I'm in the room. When I know it's going to hurt or it won't help, I look to COMTO to see what you're saying, because you are where the rubber meets the road, and you know the road ahead. So we need you out there. We need the entrepreneurs in this room to keep our urban centers alive and to let people know that there's a lifeline and that we're not going to stop fighting. Yes, the people who are opposed to these programs have loud mouths, they have radio talk shows, and they are good with lies. But the truth shall stand, and we're going to defeat them. If not now, then tomorrow, we will defeat them. Your sessions later today, I want you to think about one man. He's not here. He's not in this room. He's not even in this country. He's in South Africa. Nelson Mandela today turns 93. 93, and he's still fighting. Early today, President Obama issued a statement. I get up early so I can tweet. I'll go and admit that too. I tweeted I was coming. Tweeted about Mandela, I tweet everybody. I ain't showing nothing. I ain't exposed. See, the last thing like Brazil, y'all can think two things. You can say, boy, that country is growing 8% growth every year. You can think, no, well, I'm young. But Mandela continues to be a beacon for the global community. President Obama said that he is a man who has worked for democracy, justice, and reconciliation. President Obama today honored him, congratulated him, and said that his vision for a better world is something that will always allow Nelson Mandela to stand apart from the rest of us. As COMTO embarks on its 41st year of advocacy in advancing minorities in transportation, go forth in the spirit of Nelson Mandela. Let his courage, his strength, his tenacity, his vision for a better world be your own. Nelson Mandela once said, "The struggle is my life." Indeed, the struggle for justice, for inclusion, for equality and diversity is the struggle that we are all familiar with. So my friends, continue to carry the torch of freedom. Continue your work to ignite the passion in others and inspire a new generation to take up the cause of freedom. I know there will be difficult days ahead, but there will not only be sorrow, there will be more hope than we ever imagined. Just know that President Barack Obama remains committed to advancing minorities and others in transportation. Know that he will be the adult and he will fight and he will talk as loud as he can, but we will have to help him and have his back and have the back of others who simply wish to maintain and grow these programs as well. And as I leave you, I told you I was Catholic. Well, my grandmother was also Catholic, but she learned the Bible like a Baptist preacher, and every night she would call us to her room in order of our birth: Cheryl, Sheila, Donna, Taylor, Jen, Lisa, Demetri, Kevin, Ziola. And when my grandma called us into the room, of course she had warm gingerbread cookies, but she also had her Bible open. And more often than not, it was always in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you'll reap a harvest if you don't give up. Congratulations for serving more than 40 years and doing good work. Don't give up. Your harvest will soon come. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Yes. Please, let's give our keynote another hand, please. And I just want to make her aware of one thing. She keeps congratulating me, telling me she loves Denver. I'm from Philadelphia. Well, folks, we're going to wrap this session up, and with this, I'm going to bring up our chairman of the board, Mr. Roosevelt Bradley, for his comments. But most importantly, we'd like to thank Ms. Donna Brazil for her good words, her words of inspiration, just kind of giving us a real view of what's going on there in Washington. We're not there yet, folks. We're not there yet, but we're close. With that, Mr. Roosevelt Bradley, the chairman of the COMTO National Board.